everyone, my name is Heba and welcome back. I have an eyeshadow palette to show you from Pat McGrath, and it's part of her Holiday 2022 collection. And it's quite a collection that she came out with this year. And I have one of the items in that collection to show you, and it's the Mothership Mega Celestial Nirvana palette. But anywho, let me let you know what other things are in this collection, this Holiday 2022 collection. Of course, you have the Mothership Mega palette, the Celestial Nirvana. She's coming out with two 5-pan palettes. That's something new for her this time. Nude Allure, which is a warm nude bronze, and Bronze Bliss, which is a cool platinum bronze. And I went ahead and placed an order, and that should be coming soon. And they are very pretty. I think I'm going to like the top one, the Nude Allure palette. Who knows, maybe I might like the one on the bottom, Bronze Bliss. But yeah, I already placed an order and they should be coming soon. And those cost, let me look here, $36. So we'll see what the 5-pan palettes, the formula, what it's like. But the shades do look pretty. There are two Divine Blush and Glow Cheek palettes, which has her Divine Blush and highlighter in there, which I did not get. I don't know, there's just something about the blushes from Pat McGrath that, I don't know, I just wasn't that interested in them. So I passed on those. A single highlighter and a single blush. And the highlighter is Venetian Nude, which is a peach nude with silver sparkle. And the blush is Nude Venus 2, which is a peach nude with stained pearl finish. That blush does look a little light for me anyway, so didn't pick any of those up. Two matte trance lipsticks. One of them is a new shade, Nude Venus, which is a nude coral, and Forbidden Love, which is the classic red. And it looks like she came out with very colorful mascara. Looks like it's Aquamarine Dream, Ultraviolet Blue, and Pink Mystique. Colorful mascaras just doesn't work for me and my skin tone. I just like the simple black mascara. It works well with me. So I passed on these. These were a very easy pass. And then a couple of mini lip duos. So this is quite a collection that she came out with this year. And the only thing that I picked up is this one, the Mothership Mega palette, and the two new 5-pan palettes, which are on their way, and hopefully I'll be doing a video on that soon. But let's talk about this Mothership Mega palette. As you can see, it comes in the pink and kind of like a coral packaging in the middle there. I mean, she knows how to design these covers. And on the back, of course, it gives you the shade names. I have to say that it's a very heavy cardboard packaging and it's very hard to open for me. It's like very sturdy. So when you do open it, it does have a magnetic closure, a nice mirror, and it is held up by these two ribbons, which is not my favorite. But when you do open it up, here are the shades that are in this palette. This year, this is laid out a little differently than how she had it last year. This year, she does have her Pat McGrath Labs on the bottom, whereas last year it was in the center, which I'll show you a little comparison between the two, or the three Mothership Mega palettes. And she did lay these shades out according to undertones. So you have 3 rows and 6 columns. So the first 2 columns, those are the neutral shades. The middle 2 columns, those are the cool tone shades. And the last 2 columns, those are the warm tone shades. There are 9 matte shades in here and 9 metallics. A combination of metallics, shimmers, and highlights. Now this palette costs $82. And she does have a 10% code discount, which is what I did use to get this. 10% is not bad. That's $8.20 that you have more in your pocket. Of course, minus the tax, but still. So let me show you last year's Mothership Mega palette. This one came in red. Same kind of hard cardboard packaging. Very strong magnet. And open it up, it also has those ribbons. Yeah, it's okay. And then the layout in this palette is like this, where you have Pat McGrath Labs in the center, which isn't bad. It's kind of, you know, different. And in last year's palette, we only got 4 mattes in here compared to this year. We have 9 mattes. And of course, this beautiful green shade, I think it broke in several palettes that I've seen. When I first got it, it was broken everywhere. That green metallic shade was everywhere. I was able to exchange it, but it still broke again, but at least it's not green glitter everywhere. And then the year before that, in 2020, this was her first Mothership Mega palettes in that same cardboard packaging, but it's not as sturdy as this year's and last year's. And the ribbon did break in this one in mine, which I'm kind of glad. I liked it that way. And here's the layout with this palette, and I believe 12 shades were repeat shades from her Star Wars 6-pan palette, which I didn't have, so these shades were kind of all new to me. I'll put a little side-by-side comparison video of all 3 Mothership Mega palettes. So this one's this year's, last year's, and 2 years ago. 2020, 21, and 22. And here are the shades. Again, this is this year's, last year's, and 2 years ago. Now coming back to last year's palette, I haven't kind of, compare the size. So this year's palette is a little bit, I guess, this year's palette's the one in the back. This is last year's palette in the front. So this year's a little bit taller, but a little shorter than last year's. And then if you want to compare it to the year before that, there you go. I hope this helps. I'm going to live swatch these shades for you and then show you 4 different looks that I did with this palette. I don't know if I'll be able to get them all on my arm, but we're going to try. I'm going to swatch these for you and I'm going to do it row by row. Let's go with the first one, first row, first column. This one is Nightfall, which is a matte brown look, neutral shade, which I do need to swatch it better because that bone was in the way. There you go. So this one is Nightfall. Next one is Cosmic Champagne, and this one she classifies this as a highlight shade. Watch it a little closer so it'll be easier to see. But this was the first one, Nightfall, and this is Cosmic Champagne. Now the next one, Nocturnal Navy. Wow, this one is kind of very intimidating. Just have to ignore my wrinkly skin. So yeah. That's very pretty. Actually, these 3 would look very pretty together. This is a highlight shade, Lunar Lavender. Very pretty. This one does have like a shift to it. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of pink and purple. Next one is Auburn Allure. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite shades. And the last one on the first row is another highlight shade, Golden Angelica. So here's the first row. This is neutral, cool, and warm in the top row. First one in the second row, this is Bronze Infatuation. Very pretty bronze. Got some rose tones to it too. The 3 metallics in this row, she calls them gleaming metallics. Let's get to the first matte in this row, and this is Desert Divinity. That's a taupe shade there. We have Eternal Armor, and that's such a beautiful pink shade. Very pretty. Kind of like a bubblegum pink shade. Now the next one is a very vibrant pink shade, Fabulosity. Very vibrant. Like a violet shade, I should say, not pink. Next we have Heavenly Bronze, and this one feels a little gritty. But when you swatch it, it's very smooth and very gleaming. Look at that. Now we're getting to the colorful row here. And the first one is Altered State, this teal shade. Yeah, that's a teal, all right. And then the metallic shades in the bottom row, she classifies these as Satin Frost. But don't let the names fool you because these are very pigmented, very, very shiny. Now the next one I'm going to show you, it's Guilty Opulence, but in the video that I did with the shade, I was calling it Glitty. I don't know why I called it Glitty, I guess because I wasn't wearing my glasses. But it's Guilty Opulence. This pretty gold shade. The next colorful shade is this matte Violet Vixen. Let me put you here. These are some colorful mattes that we have here. And the next one is another pretty shade, but this one's in the Satin Frost. And this one is Aquarian Dream. Look at that. I'm going to try to fit them all on this one hand. So the last matte is Venusian Peony, and I'm going to put you right there. Very pretty light pink shade. Okay. There, I hope that's better. And then the last shade in this palette's a metallic, and this is Starlight Copper. And let me put you here. There we go. There's Starlight Copper. So here are all the shades in this palette. Over here too. I did 4 looks with this palette, a look with the neutral shades, cool tone shades, and the warm shades, and then this look using shades from the different undertones. So the first look would be the neutral shades, and I did them on both eyes. And I also swatched the neutral shades together before I did the look. And then the next video after that, I did one eye with the cool tone shades and one eye with the warm shades. And I swatched them before I did each look with that. And with those, I did kind of talk through it. With this look, it's going to be set to music. And again, it's using shades from all the undertones, and I swatched them all here for you guys before that look. So we'll go ahead and start with the neutral shades, and I'll see you on the other side. First look that I like to do is I want to try to use these 6 shades. Not all of them, but this section right here, because these are the neutral shades. So let me go ahead and swatch it, and I'll do 2 by 2 by 2. So the first one is a matte, and it's Nightfall. Next is a metallic, and it's Cosmic Champagne. Ooh. Second row is another metallic, and this is Bronze Infatuation. The next one is a matte Desert Divinity. Okay, the next one is a shade that I'm a little scared of, a little intimidated by, and it's this green shade, Altered State. Kind of a teal, I guess. And the last one is Glitty Opulence. So here are the shades in the neutral section. So when I swatched this Altered State, a lot of it did kind of come out, so watch out for that. Because it kind of went into the Bronze Infatuation, so let me just kind of blow that off. Let me go ahead and prime my eyes with the Hourglass Eyeshadow Primer. Let me go into this neutral light matte. Let's see, Desert Divinity. Let's place you in my crease. Okay, I'm debating. I'm debating if I should use this teal shade Altered State or just go for a neutral look. I don't know, the safe side in me wants to go for the neutral look, but the daring side in me that's not very prominent wants me to go for the Altered State, but I don't know how to use that without, you know, making me look like a clown. Because I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just, said this many times before, I'm just a 54-year-old woman just having fun with makeup. Okay, let me go for the daring side. Let me go into this shade, Altered State, just very lightly with this brush. It's more of a pointy-ended brush. And let me place you in my crease. And this brush is the Yano series by Beautylish 07. Just build that up. Not bad, not bad. I know y'all probably were screaming at the screen, yes, go for daring, go for daring. Well, there you go. Going back with the first brush and with the first shade, and just blend those two shades together. Next brush I'm going to use is the number 8, also by Yano series, and I'm going to go in with this first shade, Nightfall. Very gently place you in the outer corner. Now for the metallic shade. Okay, I think the safe side is coming out, and I'm going to go in with this beautiful shade, Bronze Infatuation. I'm going to use my finger because I love using Pat McGrath metallic shades with my finger. Now there is some fallout with that metallic shade. Let's bring you all the way in. All right, looks pretty safe. Let me try Glitty Opulence and kind of tap that on top of that bronze shade just to give it a little bit of a brightness to it. Right, so maybe I might use all 6 shades. So let me go into Cosmic Champagne, place that in the inner corner of my eye. So yeah, I do see some fallout with these metallic shades. So let me go ahead and clean this up, put some makeup on, and I'll come back to do underneath my eyes. Let's first go into this light matte shade, Desert Divinity. Put you first underneath my eyes. Yeah, I don't think I'll be putting this teal shade underneath my eyes because I think that's just going to be too much. I kind of like how it is in my crease. So I'm just going to go really neutral underneath my eyes. So then let me go into this deep shade, Nightfall, and just place you in the outer corner. And bring that all the way up. The outer corner of my eye there. And then let's go into this very bright metallic shade, Cosmic Champagne, and place you in the corner again. All right, we will see how this looks with everything on. And here is the finished look. What do you think, guys? And using that teal shade, you know, it wasn't so scary after all, especially if you just use a little bit. And I'm glad I used that teal shade. That did kind of, you know, add some drama to it. So the next look that I'll be using are these 2 rows in the middle, the cool tone shades. Now, I don't know if I'll use all 6 of those because that's very colorful. This time I'll be doing a different look with each eye. So for this eye, I'm gonna go in with the cool tone section, and with the warm tone section, I'll use this eye. So I'm gonna swatch the cool tone section first and then do the eye, and then swatch the warm section and do that eye. Let's go ahead and swatch the cool tone section and go to this navy matte shade, this one right here, which is Nocturnal Navy. Ooh, wow, okay, that's kind of deep. That's gonna be intimidating. And this one is Lunar Lavender. Alrighty. This one's External Armor. Oh, I like that shade. That's pretty. Let's go for this matte, Fabulosity. Another matte shade, which is Violet Vixen. And the last one is this beautiful aqua color, which is Aquarian Dream. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So here's the cool tone section in this palette. To be all honest, I'm not good with color. And I think it's because of my inexpertise with makeup. Because I'm not a makeup artist, I just do what I think would look good. When I see with other YouTubers do it, I think I can do it. And when I do it, it's like, yeah. But we're going to try. At least it's going to be for one eye. So let me go in with this vibrant pink shade, Fabulosity. I'm just going to go very gently and then place that in the outer corner just to see the pigmentation. And then bring that into my crease. Let me build that up. I'm just going to keep blending it out. Actually, that is a pretty shade for a transition. Probably use that one as a blush too. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in with this navy shade, Nocturnal Navy. Place you in the crease. I meant in the outer corner. And let's bring you into the crease. I'm gonna build that up. I know the look that I did with the neutral shade, as I was looking at it on my laptop, it was a little too cool for me, I think. It's not neutral on my skin tone. I didn't do that look as well as I thought I did. So I hope that I don't do the same mistake with this one, with the navy shade. Add a little bit more in the outer corner just to give it a little bit more vibrancy. So you can tell that it's a navy shade. And you know what? Let me just bring some of that Nocturnal Navy onto my lids too, just to kind of give it a base. Let me go back into the first shade and just blend that out. Now let's go into this beautiful metallic blue shade, Aquarian Dream, and let's place you on my lid. Oh, this is a beautiful shade, especially when you put it over the Nocturnal Navy. Let me just go in with that second brush and just blend those two together in the crease. And then going in with this Lunar Lavender shade, place you in the inner corner and kind of bring you into the middle too. Okay, I'm feeling some fallout. And then build up the outer corner. Blues are just so hard for me, or any, vibrant color. Now let me swatch the warm section, and these are my kind of shades. The first matte shade, this is Auburn, Auburn Allure. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. This one's Golden Angelica. Now this one, Heavenly Bronze, it has a little bit more of a grittier feel to it, not like the other metallic shades in that row, but again, this one is Heavenly Bronze. So we have another bronze shade. This one's a little bit more of a golden bronze. Next matte shade is Flame Fatale. And then this light pink shade, Venusian Peony. I believe that's how you pronounce it. This is a matte shade. And the last one is Starlit Copper. All right. They swatched very nice. Ooh, I do like the warm section in this palette. So here are both of them together, cool and the warm. In the main part of the video, I'll go ahead and swatch them all together too. But in this one, let's just concentrate on the cool and the warm. Let's go in with this light pink shade. Let's see, Venusian Peony. It's you in the crease. Outer corner first, just to see the pigmentation. And then bring you into the crease. And you know what? I'm going to bring that into the inner corner of my eye. I'm going to try to do a halo look with the warm section. Next, I'm going to go into Flame Fatale. Place that in the outer corner, crease, and bring that into the inner corner. And I'll probably need a bigger brush. Let me do that. Going in with the BK Beauty 503. Just pack that outer corner and then the inner corner. Let's go with the BK Beauty 502, then going in with this deeper shade, Auburn Allure. And just do the same thing, outer corner, crease, and inner corner. Let's go into this shade, Heavenly Bronze, which is a little bit more grittier. And place you in the center. And just keep blending those together, inner corner and outer corner. So I'm lightly going in with Autumn Allure, just kind of you know, tap those two shades together so it can just kind of blend. I think this looks a little bit better than the blue side, but alright, let me finish putting the rest of my makeup on. I'll come back and do underneath my eyes. So for the cool side, let's go into this vibrant pink shade, Fabulosity. And then Nocturnal Navy, and let's place you mostly in the outer corner underneath my eyes. Then this shade, Lunar Lavender, and place you, oops, I put too much, in the inner corner. Let me go into Aquarian Dream and just kind of place that right here. Not in the inner corner, but just, I don't know, what do you call that section right there? Just kind of make it even with what's on my lid. Now on this side, let's go into, gosh, what is that? Venusian Peony. And then Flame Fatale. And with this one, I'm just going to put in the outer and inner. And then Autumn Allure, again, outer and inner. And then of course, let's go into Heavenly Bronze. Place you in the center, if I can. For the inner corner, I'm going to go in with this shade, Golden Angelica. I'm just going to brighten up this eye with that shade. Since I have foundation and bronzer on, I'm going to use a couple of these shades for blushes. So for this side, I'm going to go into this vibrant pink just once, which is Fabulosity. See if we can use that as a blush. Just kind of complete the look. I'm just having fun because I'm not going out with this makeup. And on this side, let's go in with this light pink Venusian Peony. I think I said it right. So you got two totally different looks here. Let me finish putting the rest of my makeup on and we will see how these turned out. Here it is all finished up, and what do you think? It's different, isn't it? To be honest, I think I would wear this one a little bit more than the blue, but I have to admit that navy shade, Nocturnal Navy, that one did hold up, I have to say. I don't have many navy shades, but the blue shades that I do have looks a little dirty on my lids whenever I try to put it on. But this one, you can actually see that it's a navy, and it worked well with that pink shade, Fabulosity, yes. And then the two metallic shades, very pretty, and I did put a white liner in my waterline just to kind of make my eyes pop with this side. But I do love the halo effect with this, with the reds and the golds in this look. And of course, I used the black liner in my waterline on this side. And actually using those shades for blushes, not bad. I thought this one would be a little bit lighter, Venusian Peony. I thought that one would be a lighter, but it looks a little, you know, deeper than this side. But it works. So I'm gonna do one more look, and I'm gonna use shades from all three, you know, spectrums. Neutral, cool, and warm. I'm gonna try to use a little bit from each little section in my last look. Probably wouldn't go so crazy using the colorful colors. I may go with a more, I don't know, maybe an everyday look, but honestly, I think this one, I would use this one as an everyday look for me. This one's more date night, party, evening type of a look. It's not a Walmart type of look, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do an everyday look using the cool, neutral, and warm. And that one will probably set to music. Since you've already seen these shades in action while I was talking, that one will be set to music. And then we'll talk about this palette. Really do like this look. Love that beautiful pink shade. I have to say my least favorite shade was the first look using the neutral section. I don't know, it wasn't too neutral on my skin tone. It did kind of, I don't know, looked a little dirty. But that's just on me, Now the blue look, the cool tone look, My husband loved that one. And that navy shade, Nocturnal Navy, I mean, that is a very pretty shade. It didn't look, you know, dirty. And then mix it with Aquarian Dream. It's very pretty. Really did like that look. I mean, that look is more for an evening type look, not for every day. But the cool tone section, that was real pretty. It's very colorful. I'm not used to using colorful shades, but it is very pretty. And of course, the warm tone section with the halo eye, love warm tone shades on me. And even this one, using neutral, cool, and warm tone shades. Very pretty. Really do like this look too. Okay, now I have been noticing with the matte shades, I'm going to try to show it to you here. Hopefully it doesn't move around, but it does kind of, you know, fall apart. Not fall apart, but just kind of clump out. You can see it here and there. And I believe with that one too. Has a lot of fallout, but it's like in chunks. Does that make sense? But I didn't see any fallout while I was using the matte shades. Saw some fallout with the metallic shades, which, you know, we do get with the Pat McGrath metallics. I was quite surprised to see that, you know, there are chunks coming out with the colorful matte shades. So I wanted to show you that because it will make a mess. It will make a mess. But you know, this is a nice palette, and to get it on sale, it's even better. And if you are looking into this palette, try to get it on sale because for $82, that's a lot of money. And this palette is very colorful. You know, you could probably pass on this one. There's always going to be something new the next time around. But this is a nice palette if you are looking for colorful shades. You got your neutral, cool, and warms. So for me, I think I like more the warm tone section. But I do like the cool tones. The neutral tones, not so much. I do like the bronze Seduction. That's very pretty. And Guilty Opulence, not Glitty Opulence. I do have two shades that aren't my favorite. Desert Divinity and Nightfall. Even though it's neutral, it just looked a little bit too cool and kind of dirty on me. Maybe it could have been me, maybe I didn't apply them right, which is kind of odd because I do like those shades. I thought maybe Nocturnal Navy wouldn't be my favorite, but that one turned out really pretty. It didn't muddy up on my lids, not like with those two shades. Even though those two neutral shades aren't my favorite, the mattes did blend out very nice. Very nice. And the metallics, I mean, it's, like I said, Pat McGrath metallics. All in all, this is a beautiful palette. I'm glad I got it. It's very pretty, very colorful. Just trying to be careful so the shadows doesn't contaminate other shadows. But I'm glad I got this palette. It's very colorful, yes, and you can make very pretty looks with it, very subtle looks with these colorful shades, and the metallics, very pretty. I can't wait to get the new 5-pan palettes. Can't wait to try those and swatch them and see what the new shades look like in the new formula. Hopefully I'll get that in a few days. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, which they moved over here. It's not over here anymore, they moved it over here. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.